Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys.
Hey guys! All right, so we're here on lesson 3. Just as a quick recap, let's just very quickly review the different lessons that we've done so far. So lesson 1 was all about piecewise linear functions, which looked something like this. You just had a bunch of different pieces of line functions. Lesson number 2 was all about the graphs of quadratic functions, which looked like U-shaped graphs. They could go this way or that way.
Today we're going to look at exponential, but we are not sure what that's going to look like yet. So let's go ahead and take a preview of that now.
Okay, so again, we're going to watch a quick little video looking at the pattern growth of bacteria. These are just some quick screenshots that will help you out in a second, but let's look at the video.
Bacteria reproduce very simply and rapidly by doubling their contents and splitting in two. Just one bacterium, dividing every 20 minutes, could produce nearly 5,000 billion bacteria in one day.
Okay, note to self, make sure you're washing your hands before lunch. Ew.
Gross.
Okay, so here are the screenshots, okay? So you have 0 seconds, 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. All right, so you can go ahead and count from there. It's easier than kind of stopping the video. And then we want you to be able to fill in the table and tell us after 4, 5, and 6 seconds, how many bacteria will there be?
Okay, so here's your table. After 0 seconds, so think about that, 0 seconds, that's kind of like your starting point, okay? How many bacteria do we start with?
We started with 2. All right, so go ahead and go back into the video and see how many bacteria there were. Go ahead and pause the video. Okay, so after 4 seconds, how many bacteria will there be? What's the pattern that we're seeing here? We started with 2, and then we went to 4, then we went to 8, then we went to 16. Could you see a pattern here, or would you have to go back and watch the video to actually count how many bacteria there are going to be after 4 seconds?
Well, if I remember, the video said something about there's a billions of bacteria. I don't know about you, but I don't have time to count to a billion. So maybe if we find a pattern, it can help us. Let's see, at 0 we're starting with 2 bacteria, then it jumps to 4. So what happened there?
I doubled. I'm going to multiply by 2. Let's see if it works for the next one. 4 times 2. Does that work? Does that give me 8?
Yep.
Yes, it does. 8 times 2, 16. It works. All right, so you guys find the rest of these numbers.
Okay, so after 4 seconds, let's see if we continue our pattern, multiply 16 by 2, we get 32 bacteria. Continue going, multiply 32 times 2, we get 64 bacteria. So in just a very short amount of time, from 0 to 5 seconds, our bacteria went from 2 to 64. That's pretty impressive.
Ew. All right, so after 6 seconds, how many bacteria will there be? Okay, finish your, we're going to get 128. All right, so if you look over here, if time is down here, what do you think is going to go on your y-axis? What do we have over here? We're going to put number of bacteria. All right, so this is when I want you to pause the video and then come back and check yours. All right, so before you get started, I just want you guys to notice that your graph, I know you want to get up to 128. It is okay if that number is off the graph, okay? All right, so continue to graph.
All right, so here's a quick little sketch of what your graph should sort of look like, okay? It might not be easy to plot every single point super accurately on your paper, but again, that's why we call it a sketch.
And just make note, one of the things you need to know about exponential is in this example specifically, it grows kind of like constant and then it like shoots up, so it's growing really, really fast, which would make sense because it's the bacteria. Okay, so once you guys have checked that, okay, so you guys are gonna go ahead and start this question. To get the correct answer, you're gonna go to the answer key while in the room and check your answers. Please be sure when you're done to let a teacher know that you have completed this activity. Good luck, guys.
Good luck.